fellow Blogineers, your Knott's ambassadors here. We are at California's Great America in Santa Clara, which is another park owned by Cedar Fair. And we're going to show you the fun things you can do here. We're about to go on the carousel, and it seems like everyone wants to go on the second floor because it's more unique. Most carousels only have one level, but we're on the top floor.
I want this one. This is my first time riding on the second floor of the carousel. It's so loud.
Oh yeah, Snoopy's over there. This wooden roller coaster is called Gold Striker, and it looks a lot like the Ghost Rider. Even the name is similar. Now we're at Hometown Square. There's Snoopy. They're leading him away from the theme park. I think Snoopy's gonna take a break before he takes more pictures.
They have Panda Express here too, and that's my favorite restaurant at Knott.
It's time to check out Mrs. Brown's famous fried chicken. With our meal plan, we're able to get a meal here. So we got tri-tip with cornbread and fries. We're able to get a meal every 4 hours, 2 times a day. You can also get a side of barbecue sauce, so I put some on the tri-tip and I'm gonna eat it. The tri-tip is nice and juicy, tender. Even though it's thick slices, it's still not too hard to chew, and it's so flavorful, and it's a pretty big portion too. Also, these fries are seasoned with like a slightly spicy thing. Is it spicy? Spicy?
Yeah, it's a bit spicy.
But it's not too spicy, and it's so good. Maggie Brown's fried chicken, I wonder if it's kind of similar to Mrs. Knott's fried chicken. Like they're both kind of famous in their own theme parks. Or maybe they have a location outside of Great America.
Over here is a carnival game, and at Knott's they call it Wacky Soapbox Racer, where you throw a ball and higher the ball goes into the hole, the more points you score.
Yeah, we actually played this a few days ago at Knott's. And over here it's the same exact game, but just a different theme. We're about to go on Barney Oldfield Speedway. While we're waiting in line, we're going to talk about the last ride we went on, which is Carousel Columbia. Brother, what did you like about it?
Well, I like the great view from the top.
Yeah, there's like one part where it feels like you're going over the water, and then you pass by the entrance, then you keep going around in circles, and it's quite fast. Even though it's fast, it doesn't really make you dizzy, and it's a pretty smooth ride. So yeah, overall I liked it, and it's one of the best carousels I've been on. I'm riding with my dad so that I can be recorded so that you guys can see the ride, but brother wants to ride by himself because he just met the height requirement. Alright, let's go! Alright, we're driving slowly so that we can wait for brother. This is so cool! It's like driving a real car, except that I'm limited because there's a rail in the middle of the wheels. And it runs on real gasoline. We're almost to the end. We just finished Barney Oldfield Speedway, so we're going to talk about that ride. Brother, what do you like
to ride by yourself, and I like all the different kinds of scenery along the ride.
And also, it's kind of like driving a real car, except that the gas pedal was pretty hard to press. It did go a little fast, and I don't know what would have happened if we bumped the car in front. It might have caused a problem. This ride here is kind of like the Supreme Scream at Knott. It goes all the way to the top and then drops you down real quick.
The only thing is that it isn't as tall. It's almost as tall, but not as tall.
It's time to go on Psycho Mouse, which looks a lot like Coast Rider. So from the outside, it actually didn't look like a crazy ride, but then there was, especially the very first down and up, that was really wild. I think it might be a little bit more crazy than Coast Rider. The thing I did like about this ride is the beginning turns, because it looks like you're heading straight for a fall off the cliff, and then at the very last minute, your whole thing makes a U. So I get why they call it Psycho Mouse, because you're riding a mouse and it's going psycho. Next, we're going to Planet Snoopy, which is kind of like Camp Snoopy at Knott. The first ride is Woodstock Express. This ride looks similar to Timberline Twister, except I think it covers more ground and it isn't as twisty. It's more of an express, like it goes straight and then turn and then straight there. Compared to the Timberline Twister at Knott's, this one is a little bit more, no, actually they're around the same. They're both great for kids, and I think the Timberline Twister is more twisty. This one goes a little faster. And also another thing I like about the Woodstock Express is that it goes through the trees, so it kind of feels like you're in a forest. The next ride is Sally's Love Buggies. This is like a workout. Is it over now? Thank goodness. I'm so tired.
No, we keep going.
So, brother, what are your thoughts about Sally's Love Buggies?
It was very tiring.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Huff and Puff at Knott, except that instead of huffing and puffing to go forward, you do it to go up. And I kind of gave up halfway because my arms got tired, but otherwise it was a fun ride. Time for the pumpkin patch. Alright, we're about to go on the pumpkin balloon ride. It's not a balloon ride, it's a pumpkin patch ride. And brother is down there because he's grumpy right now. And from this balloon ride, we can get a view of the whole water park. Final thoughts for this ride. I think it was funny to look down and see brothers smiling up at us. It's like you're really high up and you can get a great view of the whole water park. So yeah, I like this ride for the views. We're gonna see what's inside the Snoopy boutique. Next is Great Skate. That skateboard ride was crazy because you go forwards and backwards a few times. Going forwards was fun because it's like a roller coaster, then it suddenly stops. And then going back is also, it's not as crazy until you get to the end and there's a loud bang and a jerk.
Well, that's only because we sat on the very back. If you sit like in the center, you might not get that feeling. I don't really know.
Next is Joe Cool's Dodgem School. I just found out that I'm too tall to ride, so brother's gonna go by himself. Over here is South Bay Shores Water Park, similar to Knott City. And it seems like anyone can just walk in. I don't think you need an extra admission price, which would be great, but we're not dressed for water parks, so we can't go in. Next, we're going on Mass Effect New Earth. So I think that right, well, it was 4D, and I liked how there was water and wind, but I didn't like whatever smell that was. It was gross, and it got trapped in my mask. And also the seat was like poking out at me, and that felt weird. So overall, I'd say this ride is just okay, but I'm sure a lot of other people would like it. This is Orleans Place, which is a little New Orleans themed section. Alright, so we got another meal at Maggie Brown's Fried Chicken, and this time we actually did get fried chicken, along with cornbread and a whole bunch of fries.
It's definitely fried.
Of course it's fried. Is that all you have to say about it?
It tastes kind of like the Mrs. Knott's chicken.
Really? I think I like Mrs. Knott's fried chicken a little better, but this is still good. It tastes more southerny, slightly. Like, maybe like a blend of the California fried chicken and Louisiana fried chicken. We're going on the Delta Flyer, and it goes from Orleans Place all the way to the other part of the park. And it's been closed all day, but it's finally open, so we're glad to have the chance to go on it. We're in the cabin now, and we're about to go into the air. Whoa, up we go. Whoa, we can see the mountains in the distance. That's where we drove from. And the Flying Eagles ride is there. We didn't go on that. The water park's over there. We're going through the treetops, and soon we're gonna land. Once we land, we're gonna have to get off and get back in line to go the other direction. Next, we're going on Eagle's Flight, which is the same ride but going in the opposite direction. And that is California's Great America. Brother, what was your favorite ride?
Maybe the Carousel, the one right behind us.
And personally, my favorites were the Delta Flyer and the Speedway ride, the one where you got to drive your own gasoline-driven car. We had a really fun day here, and I think this is a great alternative to those of you who like Knott's Berry Farm but live in Northern California, because there are a lot of similar rides and you get to see Snoopy and the whole Peanuts gang. Please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Bye!